my name is Thia Garaja. I'm a software development manager at Amazon. I've been with Amazon for about 6.5 years, 4.5 years in Seattle, the last 2 in Madrid. I'm part of the Books organization, which is new in Madrid. We started this about a year and a half ago. And I run a couple of teams here. I want to manage a couple of teams here in Madrid. And this is I'm going to walk you through the journey of how I'm handling a couple of projects and like the life of an SD/SDM. Today I'm actually going to talk about the hackathon that we did. It was pretty challenging to have it in the middle of the pandemic and doing it remote, because the hackathon, a lot of the fun is actually meeting people from different teams, collaborating and working on it in person. But it was actually surprisingly went very well. We had like about 45 people participate, 45 engineers participate in the hackathon, working on about 12 cool ideas. And some of them are really, really good, like some innovative ideas that actually are going to make it into a roadmap. So I think about 6 out of the 12 ideas are great ideas that we'll be putting it this year and next year, and actually building it, of course related to books. I'm actually very happy that we managed to do it in this time. It was also great for the team because it's just, we've been working in the pandemic, working out with the same team remotely. A bunch of challenges that come with it. So like 3 days, taking a break, working on some cool idea with a bunch of new members who are not a new team, and actually building it and delivering it. So that was really awesome. You've heard the phrase, have fun, like work hard, play hard, and have fun. And that's actually really true. I've traveled 145 countries around the world, and as hard as I work, actually when I'm on vacation, I even have a lot more fun. But this time, because I chose to stay home because of the situation, so we were able to get out a couple of small experiments right before the holidays, and they've been running for about 2 weeks. We have a great set of tools that actually will, will actually show the feature to half of the customers and not to the other half, and then we can compare the data between the two. And that's the other great part I like about Amazon, is just you build quickly, experiment quickly, and iterate over it, rather than build something for like 6 months and then launch and try to figure out if it works. I'm eagerly awaiting the results, and let's see how that goes. I'll share that with you the next time. Yeah, so today was a great day in Alicante. I came out for a hike to the castle, which is up the hill, and it was a good way for me to de-stress from the intense week we've had related to reviews. We do an annual formal review and an informal semi-annual review, but in my organization, I always do quarterly review, plus regular updates to the engineers to know how they're doing, what the areas that they're doing very well, the areas that they could do better. So this is like a formal process we go through at the end of the year. Happens around like end of January, where we actually review all of our engineers, walk through their strengths, what they have done, what they could do, where we see them, focus on their career. So we put together all of the teams. This time it was a combination of 2 orgs, about 50 people. So we go through every one of the engineer in detail, talk about their strengths, talk about their areas of growth, just making sure we're providing the right support in terms of, some people may be superstars, or we provide them enough of a challenge. Some people may not have the right setup, and this year has been tougher because of the whole, pandemic and the remote situation. So another key factor is the family situation, right? In my case, my in-laws had COVID, so I had to take a couple of days off, and a couple of weeks off, and just deal with that. So there are those, we have to be empathetic at the end of the day. Our company, it built on engineers, right? Or built on people like me and, you. So this year was more challenging to make sure we're evaluating people fairly, but also at the same time we are supporting them as we were going through a tough time. So there was a lot of prep involved in making sure we're accounting for everything that the people have done, evaluating them fairly, and rewarding them, and wherever there are gaps, communicating them clearly to the engineers. and making sure they're able to provide the support for it, right? Like for example, if I'm good at certain things and I have certain gaps, and if one of my engineers has a gap in an area where I also have a gap, actively seeking out people that can support the engineer to grow is one of the good things that we do, or one of the great things we do as part of our organizational process. And the first phase is done. Next, we review the key talent, the people who are the top, people who are actually struggling, and just focus on them to make sure we're providing the support for that, which is the whole purpose of this exercise, as opposed to anything else. And I'm actually, as exhausting and as challenging it is, I'm actually very, very happy that we do it this way, because it's fair and it's right, and we want to make sure engineers are taken care of. Today I'm going to talk about the support system I have at Amazon. This is one of the best things, because we're all unique. Even though we have a set of leadership principles, but each one has a very unique strength and personality that we bring to the table. So of course, first and foremost, the support system is the manager, who actually is it's a people manager, not a project manager. Yes, they do pay attention to the project and everything, but the people management is the number one thing. In addition, you also have your peers, who are part of the same team, who actually, again, bring a lot of strengths to the table, and they can help you address the gaps. We have a mechanism where we actively find people who can actually, help you grow. And in addition, I've been lucky that I have great team members in my team that actually are bring a lot of the gaps that I have. They help me address that, and they help me grow. And that's one of the things that I personally look for when I'm building teams, is to just find a mix of people who complement each other, help each other grow, rather than hiring the same set of people with the same mindset, same attitude. And most if not all of our managers do that, and that's actually one of the reasons for our success, because we have conflicting ideas, different points of view that actually make our products better, make our things better. So I also want to talk a bit about the whole working at Amazon, how I came from a different background. Initially, I was very afraid that because I've never done service or mobile development, but I had written software. So I decided to be manager for a mobile team. So initially I was like, oh my God, I don't know much about the space. But then I realized I was not hired for that specific skill set, but I was hired for the management skills, with the expectation that I'll come in and learn, and I'll get the support for it. So it was the first 2-3 months I was like, I can't believe myself, I got hired, and I'm given this responsibility in a space that I don't know much about. But then within 2-3 months, with all the support, I came up to speed, and I played to my strengths. One of my VPs, they always told me, yes, everybody has areas of improvement, gaps that you can grow, but don't forget your strengths. So I played to my strengths, established myself, while constantly working on improving my scope. And I've been here 6.5 years in 4 different teams, 3 different sites. If I can do it, you can do it.